Do you want to learn how to become better on controller? Well, today you have found the right video. Because in this video, I'll be going over the best way to actually improve on controller, as well as some of the best tips, secrets, and settings from pros that they don't tell people. So make sure to watch this video until the very end so you don't miss any of the things that I say. But just before I get right into the first tip, I also just updated my 1v1 map called Side Flips Build Fights. Feel free to try it out. And for everyone who plays the map, I also make $1 every single time somebody favorites it. So all the favorites are really appreciated. It really helps me keep creating these videos for you guys. But anyways, let's get right into this video. Alright, so the first tip that helped me improve on controller is definitely one of the most important tips when it comes to Fortnite in general. That is just having good internet, good ping, low ping, and as well as low delay. So practicing in a map, like I've said before, my 1v1 map has super low delay. Having low delay means less response time, and the lower your response time is, the quicker your edits are going to look, as well as the game is just going to be so much easier. The next tip to actually improve, let's say when it comes to editing quick, there's like a bunch of small things that are super important when it comes to editing fast, but at the end of the day, it's just edit timing. If you have good edit timing, good binds, good settings, good ping, and then you just practice, that's all you need to know about editing quicker. There's obviously settings that you need to know if you want to do so. Like if you're playing, let's say on Builder Pro, it's definitely going to be a lot harder. Custom binds are super important when it comes to editing faster. What custom binds do is that they allow you to bind any button to whatever you'd like. So for me, I use left stick to edit. I'm going to scroll down to it right now. I use, like I said, left stick to edit, RT to select, LT to confirm, and right bumper to reset. These buttons allow me not to take my thumb off the stick when I edit, because if you use hold B to edit and you play no claw, no paddles, it's also going to make you look choppy. And if you don't have full control over your joystick while you edit or look around, it definitely makes it harder to actually become consistent at editing on controller, as well as just improving overall. So custom binds allow people to not take their thumb off the stick as much, making them have more control over the game, and that is super important when it comes to improving on controller. When it comes to having good custom binds, there's not really like perfect binds. At the end of the day, it just comes down to preference. So I'm going to go over my binds real quick. I play no claw, no paddles, but just by copying my binds, I can't guarantee you that it's going to work for you. It worked for me, but it's not like a guarantee, like I said. So I use right stick to jump. This allows me, like I said, not to take my thumb off the stick, giving me control over the game. For sprinting, I use right on the D-pad. For switch mode, I use B. For editing, right bumper to reset, LT to confirm my edits, RT to select, and left stick to edit. When it comes to edit on release, I do use edit on release. Make sure that you have this on. It's just going to make it a lot easier. Let's say if you're pressing your confirm button, but just having the auto confirm edits on makes it a lot easier if you forget to press it, because the game basically like edits for you. I think it's really cool. But yeah, the next tip is to have good settings, and when it comes to having good settings, it just comes down to practice. But I used to actually play on a super fast sensitivity on controller, but one thing I've learned about playing on a fast sense is that your edits aren't going to be as consistent as playing on a smooth and a controllable sense. Not like a slow sense. I don't really play on like a slow sense. It's more so like in the middle. So I use 2.0 for my build mode. My edit mode is also 2.0. Look horizontal is 41 and look vertical is 41. Sometimes I'll have my turning boost on. What these do is that it gives your game like a little boost when you look around without having a fast sensitivity. You don't really need them, but it definitely can make it a little hard to have consistent edits because of how fast the game kind of like boosts for you. But if you just have like a smooth controllable sensitivity, that's super important, because the more smooth and consistent you are at the game, the more you're going to improve and just like be a better player. Next, when it comes to settings, next tip actually to improve, not just practicing, but just having, if you want to improve your aim on controller, it comes down to practice. A lot of people think that like going into practice maps is going to help you improve your aim, but what I've learned is that it's actually just better to go into a real game and just play a ton of ranked games or reload matches. Reload is super good for improving your aim, because you're going to be put in actual scenarios when you're fighting people, compared to practice maps where the majority of times you're going against like the bots they have, not like players, but like the actual robots in Fortnite. If you want to improve, it's best to do it where you can play against real players. So when it comes to also improving, you want to look at it as like it's not going to be an instant thing. You could definitely improve in 30 days, but you're not going to like become Peterbot in one day of playing. I've played with Peterbot before, and one thing I've learned is that he plays the game so much that like over time he's basically become like the most consistent Fortnite player, just because he has everything nailed down to like perfection when it comes to editing speed, sensitivity, everything he does, he just executes it perfectly. So don't get demotivated when you see people that are really good at Fortnite. It most likely means that they just spent more time on the game. But you also don't need to spend crazy amount of hours to improve. You really just need a good routine. So like you could practice in side flips, build fights, you already know, for like let's say 30 minutes a day. That will definitely help since it has no delay. When it comes to improving on controller, if you guys enjoyed or if you guys took any tips from this video and implement them, let me know in the comments if it helped. If it did, that's great. If you guys want me to make like more an in-depth tutorial on everything I know about improving, everything that I like told you in this video is just like very simplified on like everything you need to know about improving. There are a ton of like small things that you can do, but I'm just kind of going over like all the big important things that will make a more impact in the long run compared to like really small things. And now I'm going to be showing you guys some gameplay and reload, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's go. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.